is May 5th, 2022. They call today Cinco de Mayo. I don't know if it's on the calendar. I'll check later. Point is that I'm watching See the BS this morning, and it's a headache. It is just eye poke after eye poke after eye poke, and it is so filthy and dirty. It is just, it's like there's no room for anything good to be said. It is just filthy from the beginning to the end today. What I'm going to do is something a little bit different. I'm going to show one clip, which I think is their, like, keystone or capstone into what they were trying to promote this morning. And then I went through on, like, a flip book with, like, aerospace timing mechanic, and I'm just going to go itemized, item by item, through the commercials, through the actual segments. I mean, I have several pages today of just how many inserts there were with my children and myself being totally written off the storyline and storyboard while I'm sitting in New York. It's being delivered to New York. It's being taped in New York. I'm sitting in New York at delivery. And this is what they're promoting. Why am I stuck in this eye poke package? Why can't I escape this hell and somebody else's reality? So this is who's at the driving force this morning, it looks like. It says the women of India's all-female delivery stations. Yeah, really? I'm not a part of that. That's something else. I don't know how it got here. They've been called trailblazers, it says, and mom. Now that looks like the Amazon logo, or logos, the symbol, but it doesn't have Amazon, the word. So now that's really confusing. And Amazon's been using a different branded color in the local New York area in Queens, but yet on there they're using the old color for that symbol representing whatever. Now that gets confusing. So now here, first thing this morning at 2 is it a semicolon? What's the dot one? I don't know. We'll just go dot. It says SCOTUS leak speculations. That's one of their headliners. I don't know what a SCOTUS is. SCOTUS. Is that one of the kiddos, like urban underground? Is that like the professionals that got to college and completed college and impressed somebody that's causing a real problem for world and global security? Just curious. So then it goes into an intro into this woman that calls herself Queen Latifah. There's like a short on it. They label her, not only do they label her queen, which I don't know how she's allowed to ever walk around with that title, but then they call her an executive producer. And then they call her a philanthropist. I want to know who bestowed these blessings on this woman. And why did she receive these blessings, but yet I'm locked in a room in New York? And she's able to travel and meet people and do all sorts of really great philanthropy work. Who's in charge of that part of humanity? So that happens at 3:21. Then it gets to music icon. They're doing some kind of tribute to something called an Irma Thomas. That happens at 4:00. Then it goes to commercial break, which they use the Carnival cruise line. Oh, wait, no. Carnival cruise line COVID outbreak. This part is a story, and that's at 16:44. Then they go to something that happened with Chappelle, who's some comedian, and it's some security breach. And when I see Chappelle in this, it looks like shiplap, which is something one of the Magnolia kids in Texas was talking about the other day, using it like as a recycled whatever. And that's at 18:25. Then it goes to a commercial about CVS at 21:20. Then my numbers skip around because I misstuffed. Alright, so then it goes to a commercial about Cadillac, which is 23:20. And that reminds me of CAD is an aerospace design program on computer, which really concerns me getting in the hands of humans. And then Cadillac is like a built operative word, I feel, because I've heard the urbanite kids use it, what's the dealio? The DILL, and then sometimes they use IO at EO me EO, and yeah! I don't even know if they're aware that the local kids, while I've been here, and the state has gone through several transformations. Currently, it's in an Excel SIOR, SIOR. I don't know when it dropped the Empire. I have no idea. Then it goes to J&J at 24:08. That's some kind of commercial about nurses. But it gets really hard because the word commercial and then what's sponsoring, what's advertising, it gets real, the lines get really, really blended here on, are they propping themselves up? Is this like a "we're so great" campaign? Because I'm like, yeah, I've seen how much homage you pay yourself. I mean, it's tribute to them every day. It's really gross. Then there's something about a new show about Come Dance With Me, 29:11. Then it goes to something called Turkey Airlines at 29:52. Then it goes to fentanyl fight at the borders, which is an actual storyline. Somebody lost a kid, and that's at 36:27. Then it skips around again. Then it goes to a Subaru commercial at 38:01. Then that leads into that commercial I just showed that is confusing because it doesn't have it has the Amazon logos, but it doesn't have the glyph that reads Amazon, and it's the wrong color scheme for what's presenting in the local actual area. And there's so that's a branding and a corporate security issue. Then it goes, and that's at 38:25. Then it goes in Edward Jones commercial of 40.41. BET Awards announcements at 49.28. Out of the single digits. Yeah, okay. So then it goes, let's see. I'm just going to go back to the first page and just go through this. All right, there's something, this one's going to jump around. Board of directors. There's the traditional board of directors, which are always white men, which, what's in your wallet and where are you in the state? It lines up and I'm all right with it. I just don't know why I've been left out of that level of echelon. And it's 1.33.01. Then it goes into a festival celebration piece at 1.34.02. And then it goes into Queen Latifah Live, like this big long segment of 1.43.06. Oh, then there's a commercial about this Astound broadband, which is powered by something called an RCN. That's at 1.00.01. Then Easterling comes on with a commercial again about COVID and trying to calm everybody's nerves about all the injections that they pushed into people's arms that I can't verify if it's really, like, is that like a Mayor Adams thing to raise more funds for like the India station and everything that's wrong in New York at the moment? I'm just curious. That's at 1.17.13. Then there's something about a Chelsea Christ's battle with depression, and that's spelled CHESLIE, and then it's KRYSTS, battle with depression at 1.18.37. Now that's a problem because that's like the mental disease. Like they have a super infection and every time they speak, they spread it and cause more mental disease. It's my synopsis. Then there's the silent struggle, which is 1.21.00. Then there's a promo for Norah O'Donnell's show about more people that they're putting in the forefront to show just how awesome and like how much they've taken over and wiped out my type of person completely. Past, present, and it looks like in the future they have no plans of making any changes. That happens at 1.23.54. Then there's a commercial on PSE&G at 1.24.05. Some of these times aren't exact either because I really don't, not going back and forth to like the whatever. I really don't care. I don't get paid for this shit. Then there's a commercial on Jamaica and it's 1.24.44. Then there's something about a play that they made for themselves. New York Times is involved somehow, or they are their critics or something. It's called Strange Loop, and it's at 1.25.06. Then it goes back into PSE&G at 1.25.38. Then it goes into Mount Sinai Medical at 1.28.25. Then it goes into COVID-19 at the city, another city doctor. Not Easterling, it's not Yahtzee Chotsy, it's some other guy. And it's 1.52.01. And that's like what's going on really live in the New York area type of a thing, because it's all mixed. Not all of it's like closed set production. Then it goes into Optimum 1.53.55. And that's pretty much where it ends. But I'm at like 15 minutes of just reading off their aerospace dynamics and timing for the show in a good enough kind of a way, just to count off how much space and time they wasted on themselves this morning. Why I'm still not getting paid. I'm still not getting the resources or help that I need. I still don't have an over 6 foot person to look up to that I was built for. I'm still doing, like, I don't know, do I say it's Captain Marvel work? Looking for answers? Because there's nobody to actually interact with other than Lou and Lynn, and they've been useless my whole life. It's star 1978, star 8378, Nicole Cattaruzza. It's Earth, Solar System, Milky Way, Universe, Galaxies, Broken. And it's Bayside Station, Bayside, New York, 11361.